The RV Show USA is brought to you by Flagstaff, building better RVs, making smarter RVers.
And welcome again, everybody. Alan Warren here, the RV Wingman. I hope you are getting in the holiday spirit. We sure are, and glad that you are with us today. As always, you're invited to become a part of our online show community of more than 400,000 RVers. Just go to our website at thervshowusa.com/connect with us. Up now is a phone call from a listener who is facing a familiar buying dilemma.
Hi, Wingman. My name is Kelly, and we live in Wisconsin. My question is, thankfully, we are not going to be buying anything from Camping World, but how do we go about finding, what do you look for to know that you're dealing with a reputable dealer? We know what brand right now, what brand we're going to buy. We're looking at a Rockwood, but how do you know the dealer? I mean, that seems like, to me, I'm learning that's one of the most important relationships you can have when you get into this thing. So I appreciate some kind of input on what do you really look for? What kind of questions do you ask? How do you tell if they're reputable? I just want to thank you for all that you're doing, and we're looking forward. We're learning and learning every day. We learn stuff that we need to do and think about and take notes on. And we just appreciate all the things that you offer on your show. And keep up the good work. We love it.
All right. What a nice call, Kelly. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for listening to the show. Congratulations on being hesitant, being reluctant, if you will, about who to buy your RV from. While I don't know many of your particulars in your situation, I'm going to give you some thoughts, and this is for anybody who's buying a new RV and wants to find a good dealer. You need to know that even if you do all of these things, every single one of them, that's not 100% guarantee that you have bought your RV from the right dealer. But here are some things that I suggest. First, while RVing is great, and I love it, millions of Americans do, you may end up not liking it for a variety of reasons. So I think that renting an RV is a very worthwhile thing to consider. Just think about it. You may learn that you like it a lot. You may learn that you don't like it. Some people say it could be an expensive waste of money, but it's a lot less expensive, I think, than spending 30 or 40 or 100 grand on a dream just to find out that that dream is you don't like it. I also suggest reading the RV Buyer's Handbook. It's a small little book by Walt Gerber that's very basic, but it's a really great place to start. Now, once you have zeroed in on the type of RV that you think that you're interested in, it is time to go out and visit some campgrounds, cruise the campgrounds, look around, look for the brand of RV, the type of RV that you're interested in. You may see it, you may even find another RV that you like more, but cruise the campgrounds and look for that RV that you really like. Chances are the owner will be very, very open to you visiting with them. Tell them that you're looking at getting an RV just like theirs, and be prepared, as I said, to get an earful. That's what you want. You want the truth. You don't want simply a salesman's pitch, salesman's word for it, or something that you read on social media. Typically, RV owners are not only very helpful and friendly, but they can be a source of good information on good dealers and bad dealers, on maintenance, on issues they've had, things like that. Going back to the rental suggestion, go online and check out the RV rental platforms. You got RV Easy, you've got RV Share, Outdoorsy, where you can rent an RV from an individual who rents out their RV as a way of generating, a little bit of income. Now, find the RV that you're interested in and rent it, not just for the weekend. Take it out for a couple weeks. What? 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks. Trust me, in 2 weeks, you're going to find out things about your dream RV that you never even thought of. You may love every single thing about your rental, your RV. You may. Chances are, though, that you're going to figure out that the TV may be in the wrong place. The tanks are too small. I don't know. It won't carry as much gear as you need. It may be more difficult to drive or tow than you thought it was going to be. And by the way, in that 2 weeks, you probably won't want to spend, you will want to spend the first 2 or 3 nights in a campground near your home so you can feel really comfortable with it before you hit the open road. You may learn that you need a bigger tow vehicle. I don't know what you're going to learn, but you will learn it when you tow it or drive it, when you sleep in it, shower in it, go to the bathroom in it. When you lie down in bed, you may love it, you may hate it, you may find out that you got to crawl over your wife just to get out of bed at night. I don't know what it's going to be, but you will definitely have a much better understanding of the entire experience if you rent one first. That said, most people are going to ignore that piece of advice. You know why? They'll see it as a speed bump between now and their RV fantasy. And most people want what they want, and they want it when they want it. By the way, if the owners of the RV that you're renting are local folks, they can probably tell you their experience with their local dealer, which will most likely become your dealer if you indeed buy the RV. But you may learn that they love their RV, but they can't stand their dealer. Ask them if they'd buy it from the same dealer again. What's the biggest thing that they do differently if they were to buy that RV again? I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is to slow down. Take your time. As difficult as it is to do, and it is difficult, those who take their time and do their homework are far happier than those who want instant gratification and run out and buy an RV just because they want one. Next, you need to check out the dealer's reviews online. Unfortunately, I'm believing a little bit less and less in them. Seems that there are different camps, if you will, that post reviews. Making up the smallest are the unsolicited, honest-to-goodness, real reviews. Not the ugly, nasty ones, but the real, authentic, good reviews and bad ones. They are there, but they seem to be making up less and less of the overall total reviews, at least the way I see it. You'll see that it's not hard to find the reviews from the people who are impossible to please either. They're the ones who everything is either 5 stars or 1 star. They're the kind of people who would demand a bacteria count on the milk of human kindness. Nobody can make some of these people happy. They just want to be miserable, so most of the 1-star reviews, I just ignore them. Then there are those reviews that are vague and meaningless. 5-star review, but all they say is, oh, great, or love these people, or highly recommended. I ignore them too. Sifting through the dealer reviews can be helpful. If nothing else, it is interesting. To get a better idea of what you might expect at your prospective dealer, you might want to consider going to the dealer on a Thursday or a Friday and hanging out back in the back near the service department. Don't really do anything, just kind of hang out and watch and listen. Those are busy days at an RV dealership. You'll likely see actual customers coming in to pick up their RV from being serviced. If you can, talk with those folks. You'll get a good idea of their level of satisfaction, and you can learn an awful lot. Ask the service manager what their RECT score is. That's the repair event cycle time. The score is actually the average number of days that an RV is in the shop for repairs. Of course, you want the lowest score possible, but beware that some dealers do not include the 30 days or longer that your RV may be sitting in storage waiting for parts in their score. So the bottom line is this. There isn't just one thing that you're looking for to find the right RV or to find the right RV dealer to buy from. You want to look at the big picture. The big picture. You got to look at a lot of different things. Typically, I like to buy from, small to medium-sized dealers. I think that they are far better than the publicly traded companies for a lot of reasons. When somebody has their name on the door, it seems that quality and service are bigger priorities than those companies that are on the New York Stock Exchange that only care about the bottom line. By the way, you know what? There's a lot more that we can talk about. The biggest being the difference between buying a new RV versus buying a used one. But you know something? That is a topic for another day. All that said, don't be paranoid. Don't go rush in either. Finally, yes, your dealer is as important as the RV that you buy. It is. And yes, Kelly, who was the lady who called in, left the message that started this conversation. Rockwood makes a very good product. They do. But not all Rockwood dealers are the same. Like anything else, there are some good ones, some excellent ones, and then there are some that, they have a ways to go. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. We'd like to hear what you think about finding the right RV dealer. You can call, leave us a message 24/7 at 1-330-WINGMAN. That's 1-330-WINGMAN. If you don't want to spell out, it's 1-330-946-4626.